The act of switching brokerages, changing your license from where it's being held at a certain brokerage to another, really isn't that hard. What is hard is switching when you don't fully understand what you're moving from or to. Where was I? What did it give me? And where am I going and what's different? What new doors are opened up with this move? And that's what many agents don't have explained to them, or they don't have crystal clarity about what it'll actually mean from what they're giving up to where they're going. And that's what can cause stress or paralysis, and the reason why a decision is never actually made. I talk to agents all the time that are curious about different brokerages, but some hesitate. Not because they're unhappy, but because the switch feels risky. It's scary. There is paperwork involved. You do have to tell your clients. You might have active listings that you're going to have to tell and explain the transfer over. You might have pending deals. How does that actually work? And there's your reputation too. What will the other agents think about you? There's a lot of question marks around the active switching, what's involved, and not necessarily clarity. And that's just, again, what causes the anxiety. So understanding what the switch actually involves with clarity helps alleviate that. Ultimately, having questions answered solves that problem. Now, the reason why you're contemplating switching brokerages isn't usually just one reason. There's usually a collection of small frictions that kind of just have added up over time. Things like maybe I've capped, but I still feel constrained. I can't really take my business in these different directions that other brokerages offer. I want some flexibility in my business and my life that just doesn't exist at my current brokerage. Perhaps you've outgrown the systems, the culture, the leadership. Maybe it's kind of feeling like it's stuck in the past a little bit, not on the cutting edge. And maybe you're just realizing that the model where you are isn't built for where you want to take your business next. And none of those reasons necessarily means that your current brokerage is bad or is the wrong one for you. It just means that perhaps a change is in order. Business and lives change, and what you need out of your business can change too. It can evolve and it can grow with you. A mistake, though, that a lot of agents make is focusing on surface level differences. So every single brokerage has a cap and a split. And you can look at that and you can say, okay, well, this one is the cheapest. Does that necessarily mean it's the best? Not necessarily. It might be. But is the cheapest cell phone necessarily the best one for you? Or is it one that maybe costs some money but has some really good features? So you can see how just looking at the splits and taking that into consideration won't answer the question of what's the best brokerage for you. A better question to ask is, how does this brokerage behave when I grow? Does it allow me to grow and expand into different opportunities and areas? Are they restrictive on the idea, or are they supportive? Does the brokerage I'm at create opportunities to make a living in different areas, or are they just there to manage compliance, to make sure that you have every page initialed? Agents that I see that make the switch and are successful with it, they aren't rushed. They don't rush into the decision. They do their research. They take their time to understand the different models, the model where we're at, different options, not just what Real offers. Look at other brokerages. See what they have to offer too. Ask questions about what can I do and how does it work. Remove emotion from the decision. Remove hype. Remove, shiny toy syndrome. Well, this one has this CRM. Look at all that is offered, and then you can make the best decision for you with clarity. Not moving fast, moving with clarity in the direction that you need to go. Being curious about what's out there doesn't mean that you're committed to make that change, but understanding your options is just you being informed and you making the best decision for your business, for your family, and for your life. My goal with this channel, with this video, isn't to pull anyone away from their brokerage. It's just to help give clarity about the options that are out there. If you'd ever like to have a private chat about what options Real Broker can give you, feel free to click the link below. We can arrange a time to chat about whether or not Real would be a good fit for you.